WWE fans, welcome to the Backstage Jabronis. He's my amazing partner, Daniel Snyder. I'm Jeremy York. We are the Backstage Jabronis, and we are here today to talk all things Crown Jewel. Before we get into that, how are you, bud?
Doing pretty good now that I'm not frozen.
Unlike me.
Right in the background.
Look at
Yeah,
that. I get to be on the show twice.
I'm just glad that all this happened before we got to the show and like right at the very
Yeah.
beginning.
Yeah, that's part of why we always do tests. We do a lot of one takes. Very rarely do we restart shows. We honestly just go with whatever most of the time. In this case, it happened so early on. We're like, you know what? Let's just jump off the ship, let that one sink, and let's hop on this other one.
Yeah, we didn't even get to none of the matches. It was literally the
Yep.
introduction.
Yep. We are further now than we did on the last show.
We really are. All
We
right.
absolutely are. But of course, they are over in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. The fact that we can pronounce that without really stuttering or any kind of issues
And I
usually
thought they're in
means that
Australia.
they're in Australia. That's right.
Yeah,
I'm so used to them being in Saudi Arabia, but shout out to Australia.
that's why it's
It's
that's
oh
why I
that
think the main event's going to be a. It might end up being the Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed with him being home for that match.
I hope not. I hope they start with that honestly, but
Actually, that might be smarter to start with that. You are correct.
because you've got champion versus champion at
Twice.
yeah, and either one of them should headline. Honestly, the men should probably headline, and that's nothing personal to women.
Well, I feel like the women are not as established as the men, if we're going to be honest.
Right, right. Which could play into the way we pick things, but definitely we're going to get into all of not sure what. Okay, my phone was randomly recording something. Um, let's
Five
start with that
matches, I
match.
believe, so far.
Yeah, let's start with for one, I just have to say the fact that no wrestling show seems to be able to get through, and this includes the indies. This is one of my pet peeves. For people who know, I write articles for shows I go to for Georgia wrestling history. You're going to probably start seeing it in articles. One of the things that bugs me is there's not a show that goes by that doesn't include a street fight or a no rules or a falls count anywhere, or it's the same thing. It's all no DQ. It's all the same thing. You can still have really good matches, and I can really say that I still really liked your match. But the fact that there is not a show that goes by that there's not some sort of no rules match is getting really annoying.
They're wanting to keep ECW alive.
I mean, then just have an Extreme Rules pay per view and get it all out of the way at once. That's what they used to do.
I enjoy them.
I mean, I'm not saying they're bad. I'm just saying that it's every single show there's a street fight of some kind, and I was like, why? Why can't we just straight up? Why can't we just have Roman Reigns and Bronson Reed just have an old school 70s, 80s style, NWA style, just two veterans beat the crap out of each other for 20 minutes?
I think that they want to have a no rules match just to end it, to end the feud between the two. I
Mm-hmm.
feel like this is going to be what does it. What it should be what ends the feud. I don't see where else it goes outside of maybe Bronson Reed getting a little help from Braun Breaker, so that which leads to a Roman Reigns Braun Breaker feud. But there's really nothing else for Roman Reigns to do right now, even though they are kind of throwing him in the thing with the Usos, with
Yeah,
Jimmy and Jay. So it could lead to that. Could Jay, you think, end up causing Roman to lose here accidentally?
he could. I mean, Jay or Jimmy. I mean, Jimmy can try to do the right thing and still cost Roman the match.
Well, they're trying to find a way to turn Jay heel, and I think it could be done in this match. Wouldn't it be crazy for Jay to join the Poison that is Seth Rollins' group?
A lot of people have kind of said that, and I was like, that would actually be interesting to have him join that group. I think it would really help him a lot. They do need another member just for, if nothing else, War Games that's coming up, Survivor Series, whatever they want to call it. Um,
Well, I got something for that though. My thing for that is possibly the introduction to Brock Lesnar, which will lead to a Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar thing because did you see Raw?
Yeah,
So you seen where Seth Rollins was talking about what if I
I
lose?
thought I
He's
did.
asking Paul, what if I lose? And Paul says, "Oh, it's not going to happen." He's like, "No, but what if I lose?" And then he says, well, it's not going to happen, this and that. And then I think it kind of leads to, no, what are you going to do if I lose? And he
Right.
said, it'll make me wonder why I picked you instead of Roman Reigns. So I feel that they want to reintroduce Brock other than that one match. And I think Brock Lesnar, he isn't Brock Lesnar without Paul, my personal opinion. Um, but so are we on that Bronson Reed Roman Reigns match? Is that what we're starting with?
Yeah, yeah. Let's start with that one. I mean, here's the thing: if you really want to make a cool stipulation, because this is something that just nobody really does anymore, and I was talking with a guy at the Premier All Star indie show that I went to on Saturday, and he talked about he had to referee a match one time where it was falls count anywhere, or the stipulation was falls count anywhere in the town or something like that. And I said, "Were you on like some fairgrounds or something?" He said, "Yeah." And the concession stand was outside in the parking lot, and all he goes, and yep, that's they beelined it from the time, ding, ding, ding. He goes, it took me. I chased them the entire match. He said we ended up
I kind of
outside.
like.
So why? Well, why not do a falls count anywhere? And it could be, I don't know how close they are to like Yagan Square or Swan Bells or any of the stuff over in Perth where they're at, but or even one of the are they at the Perth Stadium? I'm not sure, but wherever they're close to, it'd be kind of fun. It'd be like if they were fighting in Madison Square Garden if the pinfall happened at Times Square or something, if that's close enough.
We don't have enough falls count anywhere matches. I think that instead of a street fight,
Street fight,
or
yeah,
because why are we calling it a street fight when it's not in the street?
right. They're not even going to be anywhere near the street. That's kind of my point there. Why not let them fight outside at least into the parking lot or something?
Yeah, that'll be maybe they will turn it into it will be, what are they calling it? What's the name for it?
It's
The
a
match.
it's a Australian street fight or something like that. It's something like that. I
I
didn't write it down.
Yeah, I
It's
can't look it up unfortunately because I'm having to use my phone for this. It was on I was on the Waikai page of the show and it had it up under it. But regardless,
there we
um
go. Yeah, it's Australian street fight, which oddly enough on Wikipedia has something you can click on. So it just goes to street fight. I was about to say there's an actual thing as a maybe there was a cool stipulation where you're only allowed to use three boomerangs or whatever. You have to win with a kangaroo kick. I mean MJF and AEW made a big thing out of a kangaroo kick. So I mean that'd be kind of interesting.
so when it comes to this match, this is where I'm at. Roman Reigns doesn't need the win because Roman Reigns is Roman Reigns.
Mm-hmm.
But you had him took out on a stretcher. Now he's back. He
Yeah.
can't lose this match. So I got Roman winning, but I will throw a curveball that if Roman does lose, it will be because Jay.
Could be. I don't know that they play into it. I don't even know the Usos are going to be in town because you know how when sometimes they go out of town, most of them don't
Some
make
of
the
them
trip.
can't.
Sometimes they're not
Yeah.
allowed in those places. Logan Paul's not allowed in Japan, I think. So I mean that's the whole thing. You guys can look that up on your own. I'm not going to get into that here, but um,
Or Braun Breaker could be a part of the Roman
see, it's the other
Roman
thing is
losing.
yeah, we don't see him anywhere on here, but every member of his faction is well, no, almost every member of his faction is on the card.
Is
Becky's not
Se-
on the card.
I thought they were having a match for the title.
Not that I see. I see 5 matches on here.
There'll be a sixth one added tomorrow night. And for those of y'all that don't know, tomorrow night to us is Friday SmackDown. Usually they add something on SmackDown.
Usually,
Um,
but they also keep 5 matches, and there's 5 right now.
oh, well, I'm going to go. I'm going Roman Reigns strictly because for him to come back, he's got to win.
That's kind of my thing. It's not even that. I feel like he's going to win, but before right after the match somehow Bronson's going to end up standing tall over him, maybe tsunami and
Yes.
him a couple times. Bronson
Well, I
will
feel
look the
like
strongest post match. Roman's going to win the actual match.
this. I just we haven't led to a Braun Breaker versus Roman yet, so I feel like that's what's going to lead to next.
I think, and that's either going to happen on Raw or I think that'll happen post Survivor Series.
You don't think it'll be a big main event match?
I mean, it could, like I said, it could headline Raw or something like that.
Not
But
no, not main event, but like a match at a PLE.
I mean, it could be. But the next pay per view's Survivor Series, right? And that's War Games. And my guess is that division is one side, and probably Cody, LA Knight, maybe Roman or the Usos or something is the other side.
That'd be interesting how what they do there. I agree.
But let's see. Yeah, we both got Roman in that one, and we think Bronson will win the post game.
Yes.
I'm just gonna go up the list. Rhea Ripley and Io Sky are gonna face the Kabuki Warriors of Asuka and Kari Sane. Um, I don't know that it matters who wins this. Honestly, the way this story has just been kind of weird and all over the place, and um,
It, is this what Kara is saying? Separates herself from Asuka in a manner of Io Sky. Like it's just gonna be
it
something to where
maybe,
she
but
side with Io.
can Kari hold herself by herself? You know what I mean? And it's not that she's not great because she's really, really great in the ring, but can she be a standalone character or is she somebody who needs to be in a group?
See, I think they want to figure that out, and the only way they can figure that out is if they place her against Asuka.
Yeah,
Um, so that's
maybe
going to
so.
be so I kind of feel they want to they're going to put her with Io first to get him away, and then it's going to turn into Asuka versus um Kyrie, Kyrie, and Io is going to possibly go after the women's title or something. It'll end up splitting up somehow, but this is where we turn Asuka just completely by herself because that's what it's leading to. She keeps um being verbally abusive to Kyrie. And the overacting is just so ridiculous with these three. Um
It's very
and
much
I feel
like for the sake of us not getting canceled, I will say it this way, like a throwback to very cultural um, family dynamic. That's what they're going for with it, I believe, and they're by overacting, they are basically achieving that.
I feel bad that Rhea was pulled into it, that she's
Well,
having
what
to
else is she gonna
participate
do
in
though?
this. That worries me for her. They need to put Rhea on SmackDown, get her completely away from Raw. She needs some different competition, some new competition. She's ran through everybody at
True.
and also whatever happened to the shakeup that was supposed to have been happen. There was supposed to have been a draft this year, correct?
Yeah.
Never happened.
No.
So
And then
it's
they randomly moved a couple people, but
yeah.
you didn't
Drew
really hear about it.
McIntyre went to SmackDown. No, Damian Priest went to SmackDown.
Damian Priest did.
LA LA came to Raw.
Yeah.
Um so yeah.
Like I said, the fact that we're having to think this hard on it, I don't remember who did what, honestly.
Yes. But for this match, Rhea and Io win. But the main part of this match is going to be Kyrie and Asuka splitting.
I can see that. Yeah, that's pretty much where I have it. You just did put Rhea and Io together. I think that's going to be a thing going forward that they're going to potentially challenge for the tag belts. But yeah, I think Rhea and Io win. And you're going to see dysfunction out of the Kabuki Warriors. That's basically just what you said. I agree with that.
Okay.
Um, then we get into the last non-title match of the night, although I guess you could call it a legacy title between the two of them. Uh, the Pride of West Newbury, Massachusetts is going to face the Pride of Gainesville, Georgia. John Cena versus AJ Styles. Both of them pretty much on about the 16th, 17th hole of this career.
Um, I've caught myself now wondering who his last opponent's going to be. How many matches does he have left? Is he
It's not.
competing at Survivor Series?
I was about to say they haven't really said matches; they've said appearances.
Well,
So
how many appearances
he's
does he
down
have?
to 5 or 6,
Well, see, that's crazy because he
and
has no more Raw or SmackDown appearances, so all these are PLEs.
they're going to be one-offs. Yeah,
So
I think he's down to like 3. Honestly, it's some really really small number,
I'm
and
thinking three, two, like here's one, Survivor Series is going to be two, and his last one that Saturday nights is going to be the third one. So I believe his last match is going to be against Gunther. So I'm wondering who his Survivor Series opponent is going to be.
see, I
Or
thought I thought his next opponent would be Gunther. So
I'm thinking he hands everything over to Gunther in the last one. I feel like
because
at Survivor Series he might compete in the Elimination Chamber, not Elimination Chamber, but the battle, the cage. That what's that cage thing called that they're
the War Game,
War Games, because he's never done it, and I feel like he might want to do it.
that's true.
It doesn't have to be completely on him. He can just participate. He loses to AJ Styles though. He lets AJ beat him on his way out.
Yeah, this could be a very entertaining show. The fact we may agree, although I think we're going to disagree at least once coming up. But yeah, I think that's the point. He wants these one-offs, and if you notice, the ones he's done lately have had nothing to do with the main stories of things going on. It's like, and I heard the rumor that that's part of his thinking is he doesn't want to shake up the things that are going now. He doesn't want to be in the middle of everything. He wants to just have some really good matches with some people that he really wants to push and people that he really likes, and he just wants to ride off into the sunset basically. And we know we'll see him here and there. He might show up and go, "Hey, I'm on Raw. How are you guys doing?"
I feel that AJ's going to want to lose to let him win, and I feel John Cena's going to want to lose to let him win. The real battle is going to be them backstage trying to talk to the other one to
Well,
letting them win.
it's unfortunately not a battle because that's a fight that AJ can't win because Cena can trump anything he says.
Yeah,
Cena,
yeah,
well,
that's why.
Cena trumped the Brock Lesnar match. It was supposed to be a way different match, and he said, "No, I think he should throw me around like you did before." And they went, "Okay."
Well, to me that was a dumb trump, not the only
Well, they
one.
wanted to they wanted to push Brock, who's going to be around longer. They wanted to push him back up, immediately reintroduce him to people who had forgotten he was there or how dominant he was. I don't agree with it either, but that seemed like they were just trying to say, "Hey, don't forget about this guy."
Well, I'm more interested now in how the him and Gunther match is going to go. Um,
Yeah,
it'll be an opportunity to reshine. You know what? We nah. I was about to say we could see Gunther make an appearance. If Gunther makes an appearance at this PLE, and attack Cena, that'll let us know that at Survivor Series is where he'll face Gunther, and then the last match will be a big question mark because I've also heard that he wants one more with Brock Lesnar, and I don't agree with that.
I don't, because that's almost like he's admitting that he screwed the last one up with that decision, and you don't rewrite it because then it washes over what you did there.
I agree. So
And
I
I
got AJ in
also,
this one.
yeah, I agree. Same reasons. And the thing about Brock, or the thing about Cena, his last opponent, I know half the WWE universe wants to live in fantasy land and say that it should be a returning superstar whose contract runs out at another company at the end of this month.
I think The
I don't
Rock would
see
be
it.
an interesting one.
See, that would be a fun one. But to bring Edge back, that would mean that you want to sign Edge for more than a one off. You wouldn't bring him back for a one off either. It would be like a year contract or something like that. And they have no interest in bringing Adam Copeland or Cope or whatever he wants to go by nowadays back in like that. It
What
just,
about
he's
Batista?
probably going to, I don't know. Batista is like the size of Seth Rollins now. So it would take him 3 months to get back in shape, and there's just not really that time. And I think he really is good. I don't think he has any interest whatsoever. Um, I think it's fascinating enough that Peacemaker was originally written for him, and he
Yeah.
had to pass on it because of scheduling, and it couldn't have worked out better because I have recently started watching that show.
Yeah,
And
Peacemaker's
folks,
great.
speaking of John Cena, if you want to see what the other side of John Cena actually looks like the other side of the mirror, my goodness, please watch this. It is not safe for your children to watch. And it is one of the most funny things I've seen in a long, long time.
Yeah, I agree. I've been watching it since season one. Yeah, I'm a big fan of it.
Um,
So now we get to the main events.
Let me throw this out there before we get to that. Of the next two matches, do you think we disagree? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to purposely change mine now, but do you think we disagree? And if so, how many times? Because I will do you one better. Everybody see the pen? Everybody see this? I am circling my choices right there.
I'm gonna say,
It is right here.
um,
I need to find where that pen went.
I'm gonna say we agree because I mean, well, I don't know. We might disagree because I tipped my cap on one of these, and that might be the one that we
I don't remember what you.
just
I don't remember which one you did. So okay,
okay. Well, I mean, we might end up agreeing then.
okay.
And but if we do disagree, I feel like it'll be on the women's.
I was thinking the opposite. If we do disagree, I think it's going to be on the men. So let's get into the women. Stephanie Vacour versus Tiffany Stratton. Let you go first.
Um, I think you just put the title on Stephanie. It's a big push. You can't have her lose this. Tiffany doesn't need the win. Stephanie wins the crown jewel.
Pretty much my argument I have had since they put this together. I think this is going to lead to the eventual not downfall, but the eventual Stratton losing the belt. I would have said if you put Rhea on SmackDown, that would have been the person to take it. But I don't think one of the usual suspects are going to take it from Stratton. I think there's going to be a new player on the board at some point. Not sure who. I'm a big fan of both of these women. I think they both do fantastic things. But yes, La Primera needs to lead the charge here. It just makes way more sense because this could be the twist to put Tiffany back into a heel, or to just start turning her sour, and we could get the old Tiffany back.
I could see that. Something hit me, dude, when I was thinking about the next match that makes me flip everything. But I'm gonna say what my original guess is gonna be, but then I'm gonna flip because I got something hit me and I'm like, oh my God. But okay. So we both agreed on Stephanie.
We do.
All right, for the
We,
next. So my original thing was I felt like I said it last week. It makes no sense for Cody to win. Seth Rollins wins this match. Um, Mostly because of everything that's been happening. But then this happened. I got to thinking, and me thinking doesn't happen very often. What if Brock Lesnar puts himself in this match, beats whoever he pins, and he, the greatest champion of all, walks out with the biggest belt, says, I don't want that ring, and he's carrying around that belt. And that's what he's going to be rocking. He
Oh,
takes
and
with him.
make that a new title going forward.
That is his title. It's big like him because
Okay.
that title is humongous. And this is supposed to be the champion of champions. Brock standing on, I am the champion of champions. I've already beat John Cena, who's supposed to be the greatest. I am the champion of champions. And this title says so. You don't have to
Okay.
put that title on the line all the time, but he can always have it. He doesn't have to defend it.
Almost like a lifetime achievement award for him.
Yes. But you don't give it to Cody again. That makes no sense to me to give it to Cody again.
No,
That's
no,
why I said Seth originally.
that's a. You guys can see it there. I got Seth and I got Stephanie. That was my original things, and it's the same reason. Cody with 2 rings is just dumb.
Yes.
If he was the Rock and he had 15 rings, okay, that makes sense. Cody with more than one makes him seem arrogant, and that is the opposite of what Cody Rhodes is all about. He is the most one of the most genuine people who's, I think, away from the ring persona is very much what you see on screen. And I may be tired of him getting force fed at us, but I have nothing against Cody Rhodes. I'm a big fan of Cody Rhodes. He does so many great things. I heard him on, how was it, the Rich Eisen show or something the other day, and he was just fantastic. You can't not like the guy. But here's something too. I heard this on a different podcast. Shout out Father Son Wrestling Podcast, by the way. I know Carson and Jeff. They go to a lot of the indie shows that I do. Great podcast for people who want to. They cover similar things that we do. Since Cody Rhodes came back, so we're not counting Stardust days. We're not counting any of that. Since Cody came back, including house shows and dark matches and things like that, do you know what Cody's record against Seth is?
Yeah, he's undefeated. He's 3-0.
It's even bigger than that. He's 22-0.
Oh shit.
22-0. That is legit. That is a WWE stat. That's not some fabricated internet thing. He is legit 22-0 versus Seth Rollins since he came back.
Well, see, that's crazy
I
because
don't believe in luck and I don't believe in coincidence and things like that. So I'm not going to say Seth is due. I'm going to say that's absurd. And this is Seth's win. Hey, why not? If Brock Lesnar can put the 1 in the Undertaker streak, Seth Rollins has got to put the 1 in the Cody Rhodes streak somewhere. We've got to have one somewhere. It's getting ridiculous.
Well, it might have been 5-0, but they did bring up that Seth has never beat Cody on Raw. Like that was one of the things that they brought up. Like not on Raw, but when it was on Raw, they brought that up.
Yeah.
So the simple fact that they're putting a microscope on that also should let you know that's about to change.
And I want Seth to do it without any. I mean, he can have a Heyman. That's fine. I don't want Bronson. I don't want Braun. I don't want Becky Lynch. I hope Becky's at the beach somewhere playing with their kids. I don't even want her in the arena. I want him to somehow, and he can underhand it. He can, or not underhand it. He can be as Seth Rollins as he wants to be. He can be as Seth freaking Rollins as he can absolutely be. But I want him to beat Cody Rhodes to where Cody even has to look at him and go, "You finally did it. You finally did it."
I don't think Seth wants Bronson or any of them to be in it either. I think he's even said that I don't want their help. I don't need their help.
Yeah, but most of the time people say that and they show up anyway. They say, I'm going to do this on my own, and then 5 people show up. But I do agree. I think Seth this time is like there's too much on the line. We're talking about legacy here. And if he goes 0-23 against Cody, then nobody will ever believe that Seth is as good as Cody, if not better.
Well, if they do come down there, this could possibly lead to a little crack in their team, which I'm already seeing the crack here and there, but they're very, very small. It's going to be like that's why I feel like Braun Breaker's going to win the Royal Rumble and Seth's still going to have the title. That's going to be what breaks up this group is when Braun challenges Seth for the title.
It's the evolution thing. It's
Yes,
what was
100%.
it? It was Randy who split off
And
and challenged Triple H, and then it was Batista.
yeah, it was when Randy was on Bautista's shoulders.
Yep. When he's like,
So
uh-oh.
yeah, so okay, so with us agreeing pretty much for the same reasons.
On all five. That means we're royally wrong somewhere.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. I'm thinking,
This is like the Price is Right. This went way too easy. So we got about 7 minutes left in the show. What is your guess? Which one of those five matches do you think we probably royally screwed up?
hmm, it just makes no sense for Roman to lose, but Bronson, we could be wrong on that one, the Bronson and Roman match, strictly because they are in Bronson's backyard. And I feel like it could be the Jimmy and Jay if they are allowed out of the country thing that kind of leads to it, but it still makes no sense for Roman to come back and lose. But
Okay.
with what you said, Roman winning the match, but Bronson winning the war, that would make sense. So let's move on past that one. The tag team match, it doesn't matter. It don't matter enough for us to be wrong or right on that, and makes no sense for Asuka and Kyrie to win that.
Right.
Um,
But if they do, so what?
yes. What was the third match?
Cena, AJ.
That could be the one we're wrong on. Cena Cena could end up winning.
I think it's bigger than that. I think we can eliminate the next match you were going to talk about. It would be very WWE to have Cody Rhodes win that,
God, please don't
and
fucking
and
do
I
that.
and I really hope they don't. But in looking
Man.
at it, it is like I said once again, and doing this, it just stares you in the face when you look at this whole thing here. I really hope we're wrong because, like I said, I think now we're starting to tarnish the actual legacy of Seth Rollins if he doesn't win here, and he deserves so much more than that. So I hope even Cody was like, he's winning, right? And they all go, well, we were going to have you go over and all that, and he goes, no, he's winning, right? Okay, how is he winning? That's what we need to talk about.
Yeah, I'm so worried. I'm low key worried about them because they force fed Cody down our throats to the point where they don't care if you like it or not.
He's the new John Cena.
And did they not learn nothing from the old John Cena? Like I felt like he was so force fed it made people dislike him.
Cody's getting in that boat and he's doing it a lot quicker because this audience is the TikTok generation. They are more into 5 second swipe, 5 second swipe, 5 second swipe, where our generation and maybe the one in between us and the new generation we were more the Instagram and the YouTube. We'll watch 5 or 10 minutes of something as opposed to 5 or 10 seconds.
Yes. We're used to watching 5 or 10 minutes and then seeing a commercial and getting up and having to go, and then hopefully we make it back before the commercial's off. The
Right.
show comes back on. Um, yeah, that I could see the Cody one being the one that hurts us, dude. I might I might boycott a week if Cody wins.
Wow, you guys heard it here first. If Cody Rhodes wins, I might have a guest co-host next week if I can find one. I honestly, I'm not saying that I would ever replace Daniel, but if I needed a guest appearance, there is actually a couple people that
What
come
I
to mind. So
what I'll do is I'll do the post show episode and then boycott the next week because I'm not going to watch Raw or SmackDown and I won't have
okay,
anything to talk about. But I'll have to
okay,
we'll have to talk about the premium live
yeah.
event and then I will end that one by saying don't you won't see me next week.
So For everybody that is worried about the John Cena countdown, Daniel may be on the one more appearance countdown before he takes a week off. Is that's
Yes.
and no, this is not some planned vacation he has or he was already going to be off that week. No, no, no. This just happened. This is news to me too. That's why we're just going with it.
Yes, dude, man. I just can't see another Cody. I'm gonna vent if Cody wins, and then I'm like, screw you guys. I'm hitting you with the Cartman. Screw you guys. I'm going home.
Yeah, you won't have far to go right now, but yeah, it's because truth be told, our studios are not far from the places we live, and I'm not going to tell you where either one of those four places are. But bad thing is, I'm not going to be able to wait. When is this one? It's in Australia. Is
Eight
it at
o'clock
some
in the
funky
morning
time?
tomorrow. Tomorrow,
It's
8 o'clock
when
in the morning.
tomorrow,
No, no, no. I'm sorry. Saturday. Saturday, 8 o'clock in the
8
morning.
o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I still won't be able to watch live. I will be somewhere at 8 o'clock in the. Okay, so I won't be watching live. Okay, that's what I was trying to figure out if I was going to be live or not. Looks like I
I'll
won't.
be able to
So
watch
that
it if I wake
do
up
you
that early.
do you get up that early? Because
I usually get up at 9, but I think I'm gonna make it a point to get up at 8 so I can watch it.
yeah, and while we got 2 minutes left, what do you think of the new bundle? I pretty much just use the ESPN part of it right now. I am setting up the other parts, but
Hey,
I'm not opposed to it. I don't really have a
I
problem with it.
love it. I mean, here's the thing, I had all of them except for ESPN before. I had Disney Plus and I love Hulu. So when they
I'm also
said
on Hulu. Yeah,
now you get to watch, because on Hulu, Hulu and Peacock, I'm not getting rid of Peacock just because they no longer is going to be, because there's a show
and
on
don't
Peacock right now called Rainmaker that is so good.
and NXT's on there, or it will be
Oh,
their pay-per-views.
okay, I didn't know that.
And I heard that either TNA or AEW may try to slide into that Peacock spot. So
Come on over, AEW. I'll start watching you then.
definitely should. I do. Before we get out of here, last big shout out was to Oba Femi, who was a very dominant champion in NXT. He recently lost to Ricky Saints, which is a little bit of an upset, but Ricky Saints is really good. And he also was not on this past week. He was not on the follow up NXT, which tells me we
He's
might
coming to
see
the
him
big
on
time.
Mondays or Fridays very quickly because he was the only one on that entire pay per view that was not on the following one.
Well, we will welcome him.
The former Alabama standout. Can't wait to see him. But we have reached the end of the show. Shout out to all you amazing people that make the Backstage Jabronis so great, and we appreciate you guys tuning in. For Daniel Snyder, I am Jeremy York. This has been the Backstage Jabronis. We will see you guys next week. Deuces, gooses. Go watch wrestling. Please don't let Cody win.
Please.